Uh, how we doing, chat? Greetings and salutations. We're gonna get started here shortly. Just wanted to say hi as I am setting up everything in the background. Hope you guys are having a good day. Some error about reloading the player. It does not work, so the stream goes well. Oh, thanks, Dio. Let me. It's a stream error 1000. Something about reading player. Interesting. Let's see. It is looking like it's up on my end. Let me check my page real quick. Twitch. Let's see, channel. All right. All right. Hopefully you'll be able to tune in, Dio. If not, welcome. Thanks for tuning in, man. Let's see. So, hope if I did the command right. There we go. Just to make sure I remember. But gotta add everyone you can. Let's see. Alrighty then. Yeah, I do seem to be streaming on my end, so hopefully the issue gets worked out to you. But if not, VOD will be up later. But today we're just going over my old workshop from an old server that unfortunately got corrupted because I don't know how to make mod packs. So that's the plan for today's stream, and we're going to be like going through figuring out what's needed for a new workshop and what classifies as like an efficient or better workshop. Because I won't say my old workshop was bad, but it was definitely lacking in some areas, per se. But yeah, so old server, I couldn't make a mod pack. It got corrupted. But I have a world download that I got just before we had to close the server. And we're just going to kind of, we'll kind of explore the whole area. But my plan is also to mostly focus on the workshop. I'm going to take notes. And if anyone has any ideas or anything for like how to build a better workshop, I'm going to write them down. And then I'm going to be making a video of that better workshop in the future to try to up my game a little bit. Mm-hmm. Let me make sure YouTube is doing all right. Let's see, stream health. Stream is excellent. That's what we like to see. We're just going on through. We're just going to check and make sure all the settings are. What did I have this going for? All right. Well, we'll see what we can get going. 16 minutes already? Man. Let's see. Let's switch on over to the game cam. Let's see. Come on. Pull it up. That is not seeming to be pulling it up. Let's see. Streamer can. Discord, game capture. Properties. Oh, capture a specific window. There we go. Well, I had adjusted the settings. Let's see if this is working now. Ah, there we go. Hey. So we're going to be checking out this old survival world. And we're going to come up with what classifies as a better workshop than before. This is not my proudest building experience. There's some cool things, but I am no builder. I am not a Minecraft builder. I am a very much more on the technical side of things. I can create lore for cool things, but building is kind of not my forte. So what you're about to see is what I tried to do. I checked to make sure the world still worked earlier today and kind of explored it a little bit, but we're going to explore it together and hopefully come up with ideas for a better workshop. So welcome to Mystic Lake. This is kind of my little area here where I was building. That's an old ruined nether portal that I never fully removed. But this area, kind of right around here, over there's not mine. Closer to the lake is mine. But yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about like the workshops and how we can improve it. First, we'll probably sleep. Alrighty. Ooh, I gotta play one-handed. Who did that? Okay. One-handed. How long is it for again? Let me... Oh. Well, let me get up here and then I'll look at how long I have to set the timer for. I'll keep this hand up, don't you worry. There we go. Alright. Let's see. How long is the reward for? 3 minutes? Alright. I need to figure out how to set up a timer so it's showing on screen right from when the reward starts. Or so let's see, 3 minutes. Timer set from here. You get a little extra. All right. Oh gosh, I gotta play. I can't play with like. Man, you're evil. I don't like coding. That's why it's not currently set up. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like coding. It's I don't know how to code. Okay, so this is the workshop. The first workshop I have ever really designed myself. Okay, that's not entirely true. You're just redeeming everything so fast, aren't you? Oh, no, it's the slow one. It's the slow one. Hold on, let me, that's a slow one. Let's see how long that is. You got a timer for the slow one? Okay, just let me know then. I'll trust you this time. But now I can't sprint. I don't know what's worse, one-handed or not being able to sprint. So this is the first workshop that I kind of built. Oh no. Camera's gonna follow me now, so you gotta suffer with that since you're making me play one-handed. But here's the workshop. This is part of the storage system. I was gonna set up more units of the storage system, but I never got to it. So... ...2 minutes. Why not both? What? I'm confused on why not both. But anyways. So this is basically the first part of the workshop. We got a little lava generator. Okay. I'm gonna put my hand down to see if that stops making my camera follow me. It's getting confused. Also, I may sprint now? Okay, well. Not that'll do me any good. So over here, we have a few things for the factory. We have our bulk processing, which is pretty cool. Oh yes, second hand. Alright, I get 2 hands again. Thank goodness. So what happens? So in comes the things on the chains. They come over here, and they get all nice. Oh, okay, those are working. They come to Mage's fans. Okay, no sprinting again. And that is for... That is for another minute. Let's make sure. 2 minutes, never mind. Exit. We'll set up the timers eventually. But yeah, we're starting off strong. So we send anything that's labeled Mage's fans will come here. And then we have package filters to sort out where they need to be processed. And so... they will come... They'll either come here for... this one I think is... washing? Yes. So it'll either come to washing. I think this one's smoking, haunting, and then blasting, and then this is stone blasting. So they will come here. The saws will cut it open. They'll fall into the chutes, come down, fall in front of the funnels, and then the funnels will put them on the belt, and then it gets sent back to storage. Yeah, some people like being cleanly. Not everyone is as filthy as you. So next we have our bulk mixing station. So whenever we have anything that comes for mixing, it will come in, get package filtered to the appropriate thing, the saw cuts it open, and then the ingredients get shoved into the basin that it needs to go in. Now, you need to be careful, because if you send too many items, items will spew everywhere and not go into the basin properly. But for the most part, it works fine. This was not designed by me, this was designed by Kindle Bubble Dump. So, I think this was also designed by Kindle, and I just kind of followed it. Or did I modify this one? Alrighty. Please stop, timer. Okay, there we go. Stole it. I'm giving credit to it. I did not steal it. I just followed the design. And as for that, though this one I'm pretty confident I modified a little bit because I did the blaze burner that would be powered up by a little lava thing here. Now this little lava generator's alright, but it's just basically here to fuel this blaze burner and look cool. Over here we have our bulk pressing station. Bulk crushing. And then here we have our casing machine. This is fun because, so, we have, Farmer's Delight, which I think that's where this comes from. Yeah. The tree bark comes from Farmer's Delight. So, I had to find a way to, remove the excess. So that's what we got here. Just a little bark and lava. But basically we will send logs to the casing wood, and then casings will come here, and then the deployer will put the casings on for these logs. So we can send like andesite alloy, copper, and whatnot. So basically, this workshop was unfinished because this was all it had. We had bulk pressing, crushing, casing, processing, and mixing. That's really all we had. I feel there's a little bit more that should go into a workshop. I didn't even have automatic milling. So I'm a little ashamed to say that I didn't finish this because like I was working on a lot of projects and eventually I got distracted playing with friends more than like working on my own stuff, which is fine. But my workshop was meant to be kind of my pride of automation. Because, like, it's not meant to be a factory. It's meant to be a workshop where I would come and gather resources and prepare for the factories and go out into the world and, like, build the tree farm and set up the villager trading hall and stuff like that. But I never really got to finish it. So, this is basically the design. It looks like a kind of creepy old house. I don't like that. So we need to definitely come up with like a new exterior design. But like, yeah, look at this. It's not even, I didn't even finish this. What is this? What is this meant to be? I don't even remember. So I think for starters, what is going to go into the next workshop? We're probably going to add quite a few things. We're probably going to play on a different mod pack. And, sorry, I was fixing the camera. We're going to probably first off go to a mod pack that's not going to corrupt and delete itself after a few days of playing. But along with that, we're also going to be sorry, I got distracted. Let's see. Where was my brain? I lost my brain. Lost my marbles. Probably help if I had my notes out. So let's get those out. So, Workshop 2.0. I think it should have a better kind of casings design. So, let's see. So, I think let's focus on this because this wasn't really part of the workshop. It's just where I set it up. This was to make waystones. This. So, really, the workshop is all just this. So I think Workshop 2.0, first off, we do need a central storage. We need a better central storage because this one was a little finicky. It took a while to kind of come up with. Or not come up with because I didn't come up with this design. This was by Sunny Debro on YouTube. And while it worked after some finicking around with it, it was really hard to set up. I think a simpler design could be employed using the same mechanics. Not saying it's bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying for the purposes of the workshop, it wasn't easy, and I don't think it needed to be as big. I do think there should be a central storage system for the workshop, but I am slowly becoming one of those people that enjoys having modular kind of factories, infrastructure, and those kind of setups. So a central storage, I think it should also automate a little bit of some of the basic things, such as call, like automate the basics. So I think it should automatically be making small cogs, large cogs, shafts, andesite, and copper casing. Let's see, what else should it automate? Should have it should automate cardboard. It should automate iron. And I think that's it for automation, because I don't want it to be like a factory. I want it to have like a little bit of iron. It's not going to be like a lot. And when I say automate for the others, it's more of I should be able to input these items, and those items, if necessary, will be used to create more of the cogs, the large cogs, the shafts, the andesite casings, the copper casing, cardboard, and iron. So that's what I think it should do. For automation, and that's where I'm going to cut it for automation. Actually, we're going to remove the iron, because that it doesn't need it just doesn't need it for the basic workshop. Oh, andesite alloy is part of this, so we'll swap the iron for andesite alloy. So again, so I am not automating andesite alloy. It is, I've put the materials for andesite alloy in there, and now it's going to go and create the, if I need more. Next, I want it to have like a refillable toolbox station. Because I've seen a few workshops with like the refillable toolboxes, and I think that's something so necessary. Just being able to set down your toolboxes in an area, have them be filled up with whatever they need, and then you can go and you have all your materials are stocked. So I think it should tell you if how much power you are consuming in your area. Power consumption. Because I don't think your factory, your workshop isn't your factory. So I think you're going to be building either a centralized power station that powers everything, or your factories are going to get individually powered. I don't think you need power exactly in your workshop area where you get ready for your builds. You're basically, your workshop is where you come to prepare for your build. So I think it should have access to a central storage and your basics. And then you go out to your individual factories, get your materials you need to build the next big factory. So let's see, what else do we need? Toolbox refill, power consumption. We have the basics. We have a central storage. Oh, you know, you want to know what's a good thing to have that I never got in this world? Ooh, but that would technically be automating, and that would be big. Ugh. How about mechanical crafters? In this world, we put it, I put it with the power. So it is not actually in the workshop. We have the ones that were there, but they were set up for a specific thing. So I think just a generic mechanical crafter setup, I think that's important for a good workshop. What else do we need? So we need an access point, or we need a storage accent point. There we go. I think that's really all we need. I thought there would be more, but it looks like it's looking good to me. So, Workshop 2.0, central storage and access point. Automate the basics: cogs, large cogs, shafts, andesite casing, andesite alloy, copper casing, and cardboard. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Interesting. That works out well then. How long have we been streaming? We've only been streaming 40 some minutes. Why don't I show you guys a little bit more of Mystic Lake? We can explore it, talk about what I did, what I was doing, and we can maybe explore some of my friends' areas. I will not say their names because I don't have their consent for probably their names, but they knew I was going to be on here, so I think showing off some of their places will be a-okay. Oh my. Rain. Well then. So that's Gary. He's my special little guy. He's not the brightest bunch. You know, he's cool. We took the chain conveyor up. We'll take the elevator down. So this was just kind of a transfer point for my storage over there, though. Again, I kind of regret some of it. There's a raccoon. Apparently those are adorable. This was going to be a kind of this was going to eventually lead to a mob farm is what I was thinking of putting in back here. But I just didn't get to it, and so I sealed it up for a little bit just to kind of give it a finished look almost. But the plan was to tear down this wall and then start putting tinted glass. So we might not have a boat over here. Yes, no boat. Well, look at you. You. Crazy. Anyways, we'll jump into the water. We'll go to the dock. So this was just like my little crops area. It worked pretty well, like nothing fancy. It would come, get transferred over here. And then I had it set to transfer to warehouse in, which was up there in that little storage crate we passed. I was eventually going to build like a whole shipping containers area, but and then I think I just left the pulse timer. No, I removed the pulse timer. Okay. Hold on. But it would just set up and then spit it up there. Little sheeps. But originally, that stuff used to come down here and was stored down here, where I had a nice ship girding it. His name was Fitzgerald. He did die. Don't ask how he died. I can plead the fifth. But yeah. So, this is Mystic Lake. We got a nice villager library in here, and that was one of the things I was working on, was setting up a enchanting setup with Create Enchantment Industries. You could do a bunch of stuff, so I was creating a big area to build that up. Unfortunately, didn't get to it. Let's see what I did get to. So this is Milo Thatch. Yes, from Atlantis. He eventually retired and became a dockmaster and came here because, yeah. So here's his little room, you know. And don't worry, he doesn't mind I invade his personal space. Right, Milo? Yeah, that's good. We're gonna look past that. But this is kind of my enchantment setup that I had for people to travel. So this was more just a temporary setup here just to be able to get the books and stuff. And this was powered by this cool silverfish farm that I found by our creation, and I modified it to be automatic so that way the XP would come up here, get grinded down, and then stored in this container. So and allow me to demonstrate here. So what? Hold on. It's Is something broken? Items move downwards. And then that's infested stone. Why are you not powering on? Well, basically what happens is this would power on and off, causing this to flicker in and out, which would cause the cobblestone to break, which would drop silverfish into here. The silverfish will be pushed into this stream, and there we go. Now, over there is technically a secret that is very poorly hidden because I show everybody. But over here, secret entrance. This is the laboratory where I would plan my unfinished projects to fruition. And I had a villager trading hall set up, or villager trading set up here for a bit. This cobblestone's working. So, anyways, these would request a bunch of different things. Okay. So, this was basically me setting up andesite alloy to be made. And it would be stored over here. But currently I have it set to it only needs 10, no iron. This is making iron to produce iron ingots, which would then get transferred over here. I also have zinc because why not? You know, you gotta automate some zinc. It's fun. Here's my precision mechanism machine. Oh, that should probably be in the workshop. I'll add it to the workshop list. Yeah, we got more tree bark coming off here to make casings. So, I would just come here for my casings. And yeah. But this is my whole little factory of automation that I had set up. Slowly working through it. I did plan it a little bit in a creative world just to see if proof of concept would work. Basically, each machine, it follows the link series principle by our creation, which is what, which is these restocks factory gauges will just request items to be stored in here. And then anything that would need to request items from here would be like next in the chain, you know? So this guy requests gravel, so this is where's the gravel stored. So it basically will stop if something's filled up. So if I was to, for example, say inactive this, it will stop making iron once this fills up to 4. Or, well, no more. So. Right, let's see. So if I just turn you. Oh, where are you getting your power from? Alright, so if I turn that off, this should fully then build up. Let's see, answer those. But yeah, that's pretty much all of Mystic Lake kind of figured out. we set this to inactive, it should be... We should watch as everything slowly kind of stops calling stuff. Yeah, calm down, you fools. But yeah. This was a fun world to play on. It helped me when I was in not the greatest of places. But yeah. And it's all powered off these two steam engines. I am very proud of this design. Like, it just looks very nice. It's very appealing. And look, only 14%. And like, this lava doesn't fuel all of this, obviously. There's a cool little lore thing that I was going to set up down here that I just never got to. This is my infinite lava source. I was gonna make it bigger and decorate it, and then I was gonna put some lava back over here. But like, this is basically like where I was funneling lava from until I could set up my infinite lava source from the nether. Because this was way too far to pipe lava from, because my other nether portal was too close. This was the closest I could get, and because there's so many chunks in between, there would be chunk loading errors where I would run out of lava. So, yeah. Oof. Yeah, I never named it. Oh well. One day I will name a lava project. Yeah, this is my little other infinite lava thing that, I don't know. Whoa. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna take this back on up. I never did make that elevator nice, but this world will... The more I play on it, the closer it gets to corruption. As you can see, it's lagging and... Ooh. It's jumping every which way. It was a good world, but it is dead now. I killed it. Oh, we could see my friend's area over there that they were working on. My friends were much better builders than me, but I could do the automation. But I didn't do bad with this one. Mystic Lake will always hold a special place in my heart. But it is time for a better factory. a new factory, a new workshop, more cogs and whistles and grime, and maybe some biology. I hope to see you guys for my next project, but if not, I'll see you guys later. And just keep remembering to automate or die straight. Alright, gang, we're about to start coming on back. Hope y'all are ready. I switched mod packs over just to make sure we're using one that isn't gonna corrupt itself. Let's come on over. As we're getting set up, we're just gonna take a minute, enjoy some time. Anyone read any good books lately? Unstable. Hmm. Unstable. Interesting. Hey, Dio. Oh. Well, at least I know that works. No worries. Reading can sometimes be hard. It is it's always interesting, like having time to read and then not. Let's see, settings, output. Let's try bitrate. Why? I'm just checking because it's starting to say my bitrate's too high when it was good earlier. Yeah, it always seems like it's a hard time to find the time to read, but like I try to make sure that I have some time here and there. Let's see, inspector, log in with Twitch. Authorize. Huh. This better? Still unstable. So sessions. Saying it is stable. All right. Well, currently, I am reading a little bit of books on voice acting. So that's been kind of my go-to for the reading lately. I have been trying to get into voiceover, so it's been a fun journey reading about it and figuring out all the ins and outs of the community and just kind of the genre of audio. But let's see. Let's get on over to the gaming scene because I know that's a little bit more interesting. Test world. Now, this is still a new test world, so it doesn't have the prettiest of things. Forgot to set the weather. Slash set weather. Weather clear. Slash email. Do controlling weather cycle set to false. There we go. Yeah, I enjoy learning about voiceover. It is my end career goal. So let's see, where is it? Okay. We're gonna just start building the factory over here. Because I think, or not factory, I keep saying factory, warehouse. We'll build the warehouse over here in this general direction. Let's see. So we're looking for, I think we're going to just start with, should have kind of a central storage. So let's see. We are going to need vaults. Oh yeah. I have worked hard to get it to a soothing point. It is a place of pride for me. Let's see, we're gonna need packager, frog porter. Actually, we won't need that. At least, well, we'll need it later, so I guess I'll put it in there. A hot bar. We're gonna need chutes. Chutes, and let's see. Chutes, and what do we want? We're gonna get goggles because I don't think I have goggles yet. Set those on the head. And then we're just gonna start setting up the storage. Okay. So we're gonna make it look pretty later. So let's see. We want shoot. Blaze burner. Oh no, blaze burner. We're gonna need stock ticker. Stock link. Let's see. Barrels. That's what I'm missing. Coloring natural functional. Would it be under functional? Aha. Okay, so we need here and here. So this one will come out of there into there. This will come out from there and go into there. And then we just need a little blaze burner guy. Put a stock ticker in front of him. Or actually, we'll reverse that order. Stock ticker. Blaze burner. Then we need a stock link. And so there we go. That's going to be our central storage because it's just simple, dirty, and, well, just easy. Easy to expand. So the next question is, let's see. So we're going to use this as our central storage. And then we're going to be automating, not, or semi-automating. Let's see. I think we're going to focus on the andesite casing and the andesite alloy for now. So let's see. Let's clear this, and we're going to get out glow frames. And then we need to do... We'll need a deployer to show... Like, first we're going to map it out. I work better with mapping things out. I don't know about you guys. But if you can map the process, it makes it so much easier to just kind of figure out where you're going. So there's that. We need casing. Okay, let's start here. So our two end products are these. And we're going to use a repeater. And technically, one of them makes the other by doing a deployer. I don't like how it looks like it's poking up at you. A little weird. But who am I to judge? Let's see. So we need that. But we also need logs. So we're going to put this here. And then we need some form of stripped wood. And that will go to there to help make that. So let's see. Then we need a mixer. Combat tools and utility. Ingredients. We'll need nuggets. And then if we come here. And then we need andesite. So to get this, we just need this and this. And that goes into a mixer. Now again, we're not automating these. We're just going to semi-automate this. So if I put in iron, it should give me iron nuggets, is kind of what I'm thinking. So if we put that there, or no, I need the ingredients page. And it will break it down into the iron nuggets, which then sends it to go be mixed. And when we have this in our central storage, it will be sent to mix and then be in our central storage. So I still want this as a final product, so I'm going to put another one here. So here now, we're gonna put this over here. And we still want the repeater. Let's add some redstone dust. And then we'll just do this to help symbolize that we're taking some of it off. So let's see. Just create. Let's see. So we got that. Now we need stripped logs. So to get stripped logs, we need regular wood to go through a saw. Where's the saw? Saw and regular wood. Okay. So that is our process for all of this. And again, we're not automating iron. We're just going to say, if I have mined iron, have it in the system, and it's smelted, it is going to take it, send it somewhere to be broken down, to be mixed. So let's see. And that's just those two. We still need to automate hogs, shafts. So I'm going to say those are good, because I have an idea for that. So what we're going to need... So we got the andesite casing mapped out. And we got the andesite alloy mapped out. So what we're going to do, so let's try setting this up and then we'll work on the next set. Because I think these will determine so let's see what we're going to need. Let's start with the iron. There. So if I do, how do I, okay. All I need is a stack of iron. There we go. So we're going to throw a stack of iron in there. So we know we got that. Next, what other resource we need? We need wood. So we're going to grab some wood. Oh, I forgot the power. Redstone. There we go. Wait. It is powered, yes. Why you no work? Is that a repack? Oh, I used repackagers. Okay, that explains it. Oh, well, that works. Create packager. There we go. So this goes there into this. This comes from this. And this gets powered. There we go. It would help if I used the right thing. Oh. You use a birch wall. I forgot you used the birch wall. I like the frames. The item frames help me visualize. I don't know. And using the redstone components because, like, I've seen people use the factory gauges. And I just always get lost. Like sometimes the wires just overlap and it makes it a little confusing for me. I don't know why this works. This looks like a jumbled mess, but it works. So anyways, we're going to start with, there's iron in there. Oh, I forgot. I need andesite. Andesite. Shift. Okay. So those are going to go in there. We have 64 of each. So by the end of this, we're going to get... I should put probably another stack. It's fine. So let's see. So we're going to need... I'm going to put this on a different network. So we're going to put this here. And then we didn't use a frog port, so I need the frog port. It would help if I click. I always scroll before I finish clicking. Frog port. Here, and you're going to go here. Now, we need a... we need a drawer. Because while we could do it the create mechanical crafter way, I just feel that's inefficient for the mod pack, because I would like to recreate this eventually in the world I'm hoping to be starting soon. So we're going to take this, and then I need drawers, and then we're going to scroll down. We need a compacting drawer. So what we're going to do here. So this is going to be here with... Can this go right into it? If it can, that will be amazing. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. And then we're going to just bring this down the line. How many up was that? 4? It's fine. It can be a little off-centered, right? A little poppy-soppy, as they say. Ingredients... No. Where would chains be under here? Chain... And I just realized we need to connect these. And then you're going to send out only. You're going to send in and out. We're just going to name you Iron Toad. Iron Toad. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. Gonna need to put him back. Then name him Iron Toad. So you're going to be sending it back. And then next, we want this create a motor. And we're going to leave it slow for now. So this is going to be what we use to break this down. And so we're going to need we need a key, drawer key, just because we don't want this to lose its settings. And this Iron Toad will send in and out packages. But we first need to get him to receive packages. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to need a factory gauge. And we're going to link it to this network. And then Then we need that. We're gonna put iron. And then, wait, I need to set this to iron toad. And then we want this. We can set those to. Let's set it to 32 for now. So there's that. Okay, we got that. Iron Toad is now set up. Now we need a stock link for this because it is also going to be setting out the iron. So we need both there. We don't normally need both, but for this one, we're going to need both. And that's what gets us... Oh, I don't want the nugget. I want the frame. So that's what gets us our nuggets there. So now we just need to send that and our to a mixer. So we're gonna do a mixer and a basin. So we're gonna have a basin here, mixer above. We're just gonna take another creative motor, and we're gonna have a cog. This is more about functionality than like, and we can upscale it later. For now, we're gonna just get the concepts working. Though we probably won't do that for this part because you only need one compacting drawer, I feel. So let's see. We're gonna do that there. Next. We are going to need a depot. No, just one depot. Depot. And then grass block will be fine there. And we're going to take advantage of storage drawers again. We're just going to place a storage drawer. And then we're going to come into the create tab. And we're going to use, well, andesite. We're going to use an andesite funnel because this is only going to be spitting out. It would help if I put it the right way. This is only going to be spitting out one at a time for this. And while, yes, that's slow initially, if we have it going into a storage drawer, here, I should probably keep the key on me. Key. Drawer key. And then we want to set this to andesite alloy. There we go. We're going to set that filter to andesite alloy. Now the real question is, how are we going to get andesite alloy into here? And I think what we're going to do is we're going to be a little cheeky. No, two funnels can't go in. Okay. I just remembered. No, two funnels can be there. So I think what we're going to do instead is we'll have this one here. No. No. No, 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 no. Here. And then we get rid of these. Again, we're going to make this look all pretty later. And And then we are going to use another andesite funnel and andesite funnel. So the reason why we're using andesite funnel is just because I had a reason. I lost my words. The reason why I'm thinking we're going to use andesite funnels is because when this is full, we don't want it like letting more out. So we're just going to do one at a time. And then we're going to need item drains. And depots. We need item drains. So an item drain will let it roll across. The depot will catch it from and stop it right there. So one of these, we're going to need to first set 1, 2, and iron nugget. And then yes. Rich drawer. Drawer. So we're going to put this one as andesite. This one is iron nugget. And those go into there. And I don't have it spinning fast enough yet. Don't worry, we'll fix that in a minute. We're first going to make sure this works as proof of concept. So we're going to set up this and this. And then you are going there. You are going to just be like that. And you shall be here. You shall be just like that. And then this shall come here. And you shall send only. And you are going to be named no, you're not going to be named. Out does not need named. But in, this is going to be inug toad. And toad. So those will come there. Then this, you will get this, and you will get this. And now I need both of you back. So there's that. There's that. Now we need to set each of them up. Click this. And toad. And then we're going to want 32. 32. Inug toad. There we go. You are okay. And then we need you here. Now this should be send only. We are going to have an input. No, just one input. And then this one will be storage toad. We're going to do underscore toad for the U. Excellent. All right. Interesting. All set this to, say, 128. Let's see. Mark as red. So there's that, and then interesting. Okay, so we got that working. Now we basically want this one to be receiving this one is going to receive that. Storage toad, check. And then this will always have one stack of andesite alloy. Can I shift? Okay. Well, okay. I believe there's a way. Oh. Alright. Let's see. Andesite. Oh, I did not think about this. Well, that's okay. Let's come here and then... What? Oh, that's what it is. There we go. We're just gonna fill that full of andesite, just so we have it. And then we're gonna up this speed to 128 as well. Okay. So this is working. And are you met already? Oh, they already have one stack. Excellent. Well, this is going better than I hoped. Now let's get some of that iron. And we're gonna put one of you there again. Okay. 32 stacks of iron. Okay. So that's gonna come here. This is going to make plenty of andesite alloy. And then when this is full, these should back up and fill up. And so that's going to take a while. Okay, while that's going, I should probably have tested this with a drawer. Let's see. So we got that. Now we need the other. So next, we're going to want the casing. So we need to get a saw. Now we're going to set the saw here. We're going to create a motor. Okay. So what we're going to do, actually we're going to get an item drain. So hydro drain here, hydro drain here. And then we are going to use... We're going to be smart and use barrels this time. So... Alright, barrel there. Barrel there. And just so they're not floating, and just in case. So now we do need some brass for this next one, because we're going to want to filter we're going to want to filter bark. And this actually needs to be a brass funnel as well. No. This needs to be just... This can still be... This can still be this. But... when this is going to be full... Output only. And then you are going to be here. In casing or sawtoed. So the sawtoed is going to get that one. And this is going to get this one. Next, we need a... Next, we're going to get a smart observer. Facing that. No. So, when this smart observer... Make sure... Does the smart observer work the way I remember? Or do I want a threshold switch? I think I want a smart observer. So advanced detection with observers. It will enter. Oh. Oh. But I don't want a pulse. So I don't want it there. I want it here. And then we're going to set it to stripped oak log. Stripped oak log, and then we need a redstone link. And then if we set the link, then set that there, and then we set that there, Let me set this to this, this to this. Oh. Now, if I say throw that, say I throw that. Okay. First, I need bark, and then this. Bark, 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 bark. I am not barking like a dog. I am looking for Farmer's Delight. In the back port. Porch master. Cause Farmer's Delight. I am looking for bark. There we go. Excellent. So we set this to bark. And then we come to combat, food and drink, tools and utility, lava. Lava, little chicken. Yeah, I am a child. Okay, so if we fill this up. Alright, so in theory, if I throw this, no. If I was to throw it this way, it is now there. Are you emitting a redstone signal? Good sir. You are not. Okay. That is no bueno. So, I need you. So I do need a threshold switch. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Threshold switch. Or, wait. No, change that to a depot. That's what I really need. Change you to a depot, because then if something was to roll and stop, something would be there. Stop. You emitting a signal? Yes, you are emitting a signal now. That is what I want. Okay, so next we put that there. We put that there, and then we are going to clear this. And then we need a wrench. Set this into receive. And then that should be powered as soon as I put the logs in. Okay, so that's powered. So that will lock and make sure. Perfect. Perfect. So if anything blocks this up, it's not going to. And bark might lock it up, but that's okay. But if I was to say, throw in a bunch of these. There, that's good, that's good, that's good. That's exactly what I want. Perfect. And then that means I could just take this and then set that to bark. And then we take a lava bucket. And that guarantees okay, there we go. Now, obviously, we can scale this up, set this with bigger storage, but this guarantees we get everything out of the way. So, perfect. Because then if I take, say, a stack of these, it goes back to running. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, let's see. I need one of these. And then if we put that there. And then sawtoad, check. And then we can set it to one active stack at a time. We should now see that toad get stuff. Perfect. Now I'm gonna set this here. And we need, the next thing we're making is a casing. We're gonna just make this look, feels better. So we're next going to be producing this. So to produce that, we need those to get sent over. So we're gonna next need that depot. So next we need a depot. I'm gonna keep these. We're gonna swap the depot for the deployer. And we're gonna create a motor. And then we need a barrel. Let's see. Come on. Pop. And then we need redstone. We need a hopper, because a hopper can put stuff in there. And then boop. Diplotoad. And then next we need another barrel. And then we need another here. Then we're going to name this stripped toad. So stripped toad will then receive stripped logs. So you're going to get that. You're going to get that. Excellent. And then we just need an andesite funnel, because that will work through. Oh, how did I do that? Why did I do that? Do that. Then, actually, then deployer, barrel, inward facing. Actually, we need belts. We need belts for here. So, come to create. We need a shaft and a mechanical belt. There we go. That works pretty good. And then we need a create a motor. Bap. reverse it the other way. Then we need this, and then we need a toad coming here, sending out. And then we're going to, this will need this, because that's going to send out, and then send it into here. So, I think I just need... you and you. So this, and then this one here. Boop. Strip toad. Depot toad. And then we come here, and we want these set to the same, and we're gonna just set them to 10. Yeah. There we go. Excellent. Look at that. So we got our first... So this should have andesite alloy. Good. And then this... we're going to set to 1 stack. So there we go. I think we got that. Oh. So this is the functionality of the first kind of layout. Next, we would need to make it look pretty and make it so it's not using creative motors. But we got the start, we got the layout. And then we could come here and request all our fun stuff. Oh man, there's no logs in there. Let's get this working. Alright. So we got that. Let's see. What was the next part of the stage? Let me review that while it's going. Let's see. We now have that all automated. Next, we're going to need... So we got this working up in our little segments that we can easily bulk up. Like, this can be bulked up. Like, we can swap all the storage out for whether it's drawers or something else and just make it that. I think we're going to take a break here, because I think the next thing we're going to want to do is cogs, large and small, and shafts. because I think that's going to be the way to go, because copper casing is just a repeat of this for your setup. And again, when this backs up, this isn't going to pull out anymore. So our goal is not to automate per se. It is to provide the resources, semi-automate, and then have our resources be ready to refill our toolboxes and so on and so forth. So I think our end goal for right now is we'll come back, do another stream. But this is kind of chaotic. This doesn't also look very pretty, so I'm going to take some time and look up how to maybe make this look a little bit prettier. Nah, we're going to focus on automation. But mechanical crafters, that's easy. That's easy to kind of figure out. For now, we just need to take a break, come back either later today or tomorrow for another stream, and figure out what we're gonna, how we're gonna automate, semi-automate the warehouse, the workshop. I can't seem to say workshop. But I think this is a good stopping point for right now. And I will, because I'm not sure how to refill the toolboxes. I've seen it, I have ideas in my mind, but I don't know of a good way to kind of fill those up. Do I just have like a line of like toolboxes and just have the frog ports send stuff to them when they're underneath the frog ports, or what? Even then, like, each toolbox holds like eight like different items. But this is a good start. We got our semi-automatic andesite casings, copper casing. We're gonna count copper casing because all we do is just drop the copper in and then have a separate system for it. Hogs. And cardboard. Cardboard's pretty interesting. So, but thank you all for tuning in. I hope you had fun. I know I did. And remember to automate or die straight. Later, gang.